MtG Grinders. I'm David. I'm here with Lewis and Trent. We've lost Tyler and Chandra, as you can see. However, we're pushing on with Red in our set review for Dragons of Tarkir. And the first cab off the rank, I'll get there eventually,
there you go.
is a Tarkir Efreet for 103. It's a 5-1. Efreet Shaman with Megamorph for 102. And when a Tarkir Efreet is turned face up, it deals 1 damage to a target creature or player. It's not bad in limited.
This is a fun limited.
Yeah.
Much better Canyon Locust.
Yeah.
And Canyon Locust in play in limited.
The Megamorph is really, really cheap compared to some of the other cards that we've seen.
And I like how this can trade up very well, even up to 6 toughness.
Yeah, absolutely.
7 toughness, I should say, because it gets +1/+1 count.
Yeah.
So, you can attack with your morph creature into their Dragon Lord or something like that.
Yeah.
And as long as it's not a Tarkir, you can easily take it out. Nice. Tarkir Pummeler, 1 red and 4 for a 4/5. Ogre Warrior with Formidable for 2 red and 3. Each creature you control can't be blocked this turn except by 2 or more creatures. Activate this ability if creatures you control have total power 8 or greater. Now, I just want to bring up something with Formidable. For me, it's like Constellation. It's a keyword that just does not need to be there. Like it's got no use being there whatsoever.
This is it's a golden ability word, and they use it to just keep group together similar elements. So, like where they can't really, for whatever reason, in templating, they can't really call it a keyword. They just staple in a ability word like Constellation or Formidable.
Yep.
And it just helps in reading the card. When you read the card, just go, oh, okay, it's got Formidable. That's right.
Oh,
and it's you're halfway towards under.
Yep. For me, it would just be a lot cleaner if Formidable wasn't there at all, and it was just here's the ability. But anyway, back to the card.
Actually, in Mercadian Masks, they didn't have they had a lot of mechanics that nowadays would be ability words like this.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of new mechanics like Spell Shapers and all of that, but they just didn't name them. And a lot of people complained that there were no new mechanics in Mercadian Masks.
See, I'm the opposite way around. Interesting. A 4/5 for 5 mana.
He seems good.
Seems right.
Seems really good. Limited. Yeah, for sure.
And he's got that unblockable ability, so
yeah, that's just a game hoser.
Yep.
And it doesn't take that much to get that 8 power once he's on the field. Like, you only need 1 more to do.
A couple of bears in this guy.
Berserker's Onslaught for 2 red and 3. It's an enchantment. Attacking creatures you control have double strike. And that's all it does.
That's all it does. It's insane.
it's pretty solid.
It's insane.
If this could be a sorcery, and some people still play in limited, but it's an enchantment.
Yeah. Sorcery would not be the greatest.
It wouldn't be the best, but it would still be played as a finisher.
Yeah, this thing's gas.
So you're going creature, Berserker's Onslaught.
And game's over.
Attack with the team.
Just very hard to, if you're just playing on par creatures, so 2/2, 2/2, 3/3, 3/3, they just can't block proficiently. And this on the play on curve, you're pretty sure you just win that game.
Sure. Commune with Lava for 2 red and X. It's an instant. Exile the top X cards of your library. Until the end of turn, you may play those cards. Still have to pay the mana cost, though.
Yes,
that's right. Yep.
Tyler O'Halloran actually, in his article, was on about this card and thinks it's pretty good.
For standard.
For standard.
Yes.
You've been on to Mardu Control a bit lately. What do you think?
More of a Mardu mid-range. I can't see myself playing this card. Yeah, I don't see it being not in that deck. It might be good in like Jeskai Control or something like that, but not in Mardu Control. Or maybe Control. I played the mid-range list with Butchers, Rabmasters, Holding Outburst, and 4 Outburst Sieges. And I think Outburst Siege in that deck is strictly better than this.
Are you looking at maybe 2 of in a deck, and when you get to that 8-10 mana range, you end of turn, you instant this for 8, and then you've got 8 cards to choose from for the next turn.
It'll be interesting to see if you can actually buy enough time to get the real value out of this card. But if you can get value out of this card, you think you just win. It's pretty solid.
Yeah. I'm very interested to see
it's a very
exactly
powerful
what
deck. But you don't want to cast this for 4 XP 2.
Yep.
Flip the top 2 cards and only have access to 5 mana. Like, because you're not going to be able to cast a card from your hand, cast maybe miss a land drop or something, and then cast the 2 spells. It's going to be very hard to do something like that. Especially if you flip a counter spell. It's just dead to you.
Yeah.
Well, not dead, but this is very low value. We'll see how it goes.
Credit Elemental, 1 red and 2 for a creature elemental. It's a 0/6. And with 1 red and tap, sacrifice Credit Elemental. It deals 4 damage to target creature. It's also got Formidable for 1 red and 2. Credit Elemental has base power of 8 until end of turn. Activate this ability only if creatures you control have total 8 power or greater. So it can become an 8/6.
Yeah, becomes a big dog.
So it's a
It
very,
deals
very
4 damage
interesting
to target creature as well.
I think this thing's a pretty
Yeah.
solid pick in limited.
Yeah.
It's very, very strong in limited.
Like just that combination of effects. Like if you realize that you're not going to be able to make it an 8/6, you're not going to assemble that much power on the board. It's still useful.
And the fear of like instant speed, flame slashing, the guy that's blocked your entire team for the game, and then they play their dragon and you just kill it.
Yeah.
For 1 red.
Yeah.
Make sure you sacrifice your guy, but it's a 1/1.
And the 0/6 is going to block for just about ever.
Yeah. Well, what are you gonna
In
do?
limited, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's gonna block proficiently well, and they have to throw a pretty good combat trick at it to get it out of the way.
Yep.
Or you have to have a pretty big bust to drive through it.
How hard is 8 power unlimited to get?
Not hard. Not in these decks. There's guys that like 4/3s, like the double green guys. I'm pretty sure they have like 3 power for 2 and stuff like that.
There seems to be a lot of red cards. I know we haven't seen many yet, but a lot of red cards with power of 4. So you have like 2 of those out, and you already hit that formidable target.
The answer to your question is not that hard.
Yeah, there's a lot of higher power cards just to get to that formidable.
Yeah. Descent of the Dragons for 2 red and 4. It's a sorcery. Destroy any number of target creatures. For each creature destroyed this way, controller puts a 4/4 red dragon creature with token with flying into the battlefield.
It's so spice.
From a flavorful perspective,
Yeah.
this card's great.
This card is
dragons
fantastic.
coming along eating
I can
dudes.
see this turning up in Commander everywhere.
Yeah,
Just
okay.
the amount of creatures you have in Commander multiplayer games. He's got 3, he's got 4, he's got 5.
Robert.
I've got-
Lawrence.
I've got 2. Bang! I'm just going to destroy like 11 creatures and have an army of 4/4 red dragons.
What is that card from Theros Walk? Battlefield Thaumaturge? The one that makes it cost 1 cheaper for each creature it targets?
Yeah, the blue guy.
Yeah.
Does it have any
Yeah, that's
constructed
sweet.
play?
It's not standard.
No.
Battlefield Thaumaturge.
The tech is real. Let's go with Perforos and a bunch of tokens. Play Perforos. Get a bunch of damage.
It looks like a fun deck.
Sacrifice
at
them
least.
all to do more damage.
Sorry,
It looks like a fun deck. At least.
I have no problem with killing goblins and meditating them into dragons.
Yeah.
No, it's not it's like,
Draconic Roar, 1 red and 1 for an instant. It's an additional cost to casting Draconic Roar. You may reveal a dragon card from your hand. Draconic Roar deals 3 damage to target creature. If you revealed a dragon card or control a dragon as you cast it deals 3 damage to that creature's controller.
it's pretty limited.
If a dragon deck becomes a thing, is it playable?
I suppose. It's a
Yeah,
lightning strike at very worst.
Mm.
And lightning strike is played in a manner of all decks. So strictly speaking, if you have 1 dragon, this card is better.
Yep.
But it's a deck where that effect wants to be found.
Yep.
Is very fringe. I think
Yeah.
In
decks that want to deal damage to your face in the form of burn spells like this don't play dragons.
Yeah. In
Or they might
draft.
have like a 4
Sorry.
They might have like the 4 of Ace Dragon, which
Yeah,
you're not guaranteed to have.
Yeah, exactly.
In draft, there's going to be that person drafting all the dragons,
Mm.
and is going to draft this as well.
Yeah, I would definitely pick this very early
This
in
is a
draft.
great removal spell
Yeah,
limited,
yeah.
even if you don't have that.
Like I said, it's a lightning strike, and it's strictly better with lightning strike because it's got additional tags.
Sure. Dragon Fodder, 1 red and 1. Sorcery, put 2 1/1 red goblin creature tokens onto the battlefield.
This,
So
is,
instead of holding Outburst, you get Dragon Fodder.
this is the perfect kind of reprint for this set.
Yep.
I
Just
think-
reprint, is it?
Yeah, I can't remember what set it was originally in. But I remember reading one of the designers of the set was saying it's as if the designers of the original set that this was in traveled into the future, saw that it was in this, and stole it from us.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, and if I was from the future, there'd be $100 in my pocket.
Yeah, you think they'd be having better things with their time travel than like
Yeah,
That's right.
appealing to card design in the
Making
future.
cards like that.
I was going to see standard play when you saw it.
I don't know. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there's
Not right now.
there's some things going on set. Like at the moment, there's Razy Alarms a bit better.
Yep.
In white.
Yeah, strictly speaking, there's
Holding out first is just one more, then it gets an extra token.
Yeah,
but
big,
those two are on curve, so.
Yeah.
And like there's access like Wildlight just hoses it.
Sure.
Token decks, full stop.
Dragon Lord's Servant, 1 red and 1. For Goblin Shaman, Dragon spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. For a 1/3.
I think it's fine. I think 1/3s in this format are generally pretty good.
Yeah.
We spoiled the white set last week, and there was a lot of one-toughness guys. At the pre-release, I found myself playing. Well, me not personally, but seeing a lot of other people playing one-power guys. Sorry, one-toughness guys. And
Yep.
This guy can just block all day.
Sure.
He's not. I'm not saying he's great, but he's definitely. He
He's
definitely
alright,
slots
yeah.
into decks.
A 1/3 for 2
and
is
the fact that it's got value with other cards you might have in your deck
Yeah, that's right.
makes it a bit better.
Dragon Tempest, 1 red and 1 enchantment. Whenever a creature is flying into the battlefield under your control, it gains haste until end of turn. Whenever a dragon enters the battlefield under your control, it deals X damage to target creature or player, where X is the number of dragons you control.
I got really excited when you said that last couple of lines.
You thought it was going to be X damage
Because of
where
power.
power
Yeah,
or
I was like,
toughness.
yeah, baby, this is all over the shop. But no, this is no.
A lot of casual players will love
Yes.
to see this card.
This
It
is
looks
going in your Dragon Commander deck.
It
Yeah.
looks sweet. Really looks good.
Dragon Whisperer for 2 red. It's a 2/2 human shaman for 1 red. Dragon Whisperer gains flying until end of turn for 1 red and 1. Dragon Whisperer gets +1/+0 until end of turn. With Formidable for 2 red and 4. Put a 4/4 red dragon creature with token with flying onto the battlefield. Activate this ability only if you have power total 8 or greater.
Very cool.
I like how if you have enough mana and it's like 18 mana or something like that, you can get a dragon with only having this creature.
Mono red devotion, man. Mono red devotion.
Does it go into mono red devotion?
Well, there's no. I don't
Yeah.
think there is such thing as mono red devotion, so this thing slots right in.
Yeah.
Like this thing's. Everything about this card says that it's awesome, and it's a very powerful bet.
And it's a combo in itself.
Yeah, just the effects that it does. Like it can win you a game just by picking itself up and throwing it in his face, or it can make dudes that literally just fly at their face.
Yep.
It's pretty cool.
And if you have 18 mana, you're good to
Oh,
go.
Hey, next turn, because you got the dragon, it's cheaper.
Yeah. But we like it. It's a good card. It's good to see constructed play.
I think it will.
Possibly.
I think it will. Interesting card to keep an eye on.
Hardened Berserker for 1 red and 2. It's a 3/2 human Berserker. When Hardened Berserker attacks, the next spell you cast this turn costs 1 colourless mana less to cast. What do we think?
It's a very interesting design.
It is. We haven't seen something like that for a long time.
The
Or
text.
if at all.
I think the text is very good, but the 2 toughness at 3 is
Yeah.
rough. We had this chat just before about when we were doing the deck changes.
Yeah.
I put the 2/3 in instead of the 1/2. And I think the 2/3 is just a lot better
Yep.
right now because it's like the whole turn 3 with this block has been associated with playing a manifest or a 2-power guy.
Yeah.
Sorry, two toughness guys. So.
That 3/2 though does lean towards Formidable.
Formidable, absolutely.
Yep. And also, it's decent in a general aggressive strategy. This is pretty good with combat tricks because
Yeah.
like people might just think, oh, you're
Yes,
only
okay.
attacking with it, so you can get a cheaper spell.
Yeah.
And then you just
The enchantment
Yeah.
that gives double strike.
well,
It
yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
give him trample though.
Hey?
It doesn't give him trample.
Can't have everything.
You can on that card.
Impact Terrors, 1 red and 1 enchantment. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, Impact Terrors deals 1 damage to each opponent. I had this played against me on the weekend. at the pre-release.
Mm-hmm.
And when one was down, it was like, yeah, all right, I can play around that. It's not going to kill me too fast. But then my opponent put a second one down, and I died real quick.
I had this in my one of these in my pre-release pool, and I had a lot of dash creatures to go with it.
Yep.
And it was very good for me in that. Like it's just the one of in my deck. Some games it just was turn 2 impact tremors, turns 3, 4, and 5 dashing creatures and killing.
Yep. Could this seed constructed play with things like Portling Outburst, the Goblin card we just saw, Raise the Alarm? We looked at the white card that made X 1/1 tokens.
Secure the West.
I just remember back in Mirrodin Block, the original Mirrodin Block with Disciple of the Vault.
Sure.
Disciple of the Vault sort of went unnoticed for about a month because no one thought anything of it. But when you got more than one out, it became a real issue. A real issue.
Maybe it's very hard to take a turn, like an early turn off to play a card like this.
Yep.
In standard.
Yeah.
Could this with God of the Forge? Because that's got the same sort of.
God of the Forge already does that though, so I think you'd be wanting to play like just creatures.
Yeah.
If this was a creature like a 2/1 or something like that, I think this would be a lot more likely to see play.
Absolutely. Yeah, I don't know if it's gonna, like, if it makes the build
Yeah.
standard. People will probably try it, but I don't think.
Don't think it's gonna happen.
I don't think the decks that play these kind of tokening things they just don't need this. They don't want this.
I think this is a bit better in a format like Commander, because it's a very cheap early card that can do a
Yeah.
lot of damage over
Yeah.
the course of the game. And it does say each
It
opponent.
does say
It
each
does say
opponent.
each opponent. Yeah, that's right.
Because we like saying the same thing 3 times here.
Each opponent.
Eye Shaman, 1 red and 1 for a 2/1 Orc Shaman. Eye Shaman can't be blocked except by 2 or more creatures with Megamorph for 1 red. When Eye Shaman is turned face up, exile the top card of your library until end of turn. You may play that card. Again, you've got to pay the mana cost for that. The Megamorph for 1 red.
It's pretty good. I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I'm enjoying seeing where, because this is a reasonably new ability for Red, this exile the top card until the end of the turn. You may play that card. So they call it Impulsive Draw.
Yeah.
And
it sort of started with Chandra and then went into the Siege. And now we're seeing it increase.
Chandra was.
Yeah. And yeah, it's interesting seeing where they're putting it all.
Yeah. We like this guy. Yeah, is he going to see standard?
I think limited he's fine. He can be used in aggressive decks pretty well, and you can also buy you an extra card for 1 red. That's like fine in later game. Standard, I don't think so.
No.
I honestly don't think many Megamorph creatures will make the build.
Not even in that aggressive red deck, just because he can't be blocked by 2 or more creatures.
I don't think so. He's got one toughness, and there's just better things to be doing in those aggressive red decks than playing 2-1.
Alright. Kindled Fury for 1 red. Instant target creature gets +1/+0 and gains first strike till end of turn.
This has been printed before, and it's just always been a solid limited card. Like,
You need it, you need it.
yeah, it's a decent removal spell for the combat step.
But a relatively late pick.
Maybe middle.
Yeah.
Middle.
Yeah.
If you're already on that strategy of like if you're already in red and if you already have like maybe a lot of small creatures,
You're going with it.
Yeah.
Alright. Colligan Aspirant for 1 red and 1. It's a 2/1 again. Human Warrior. Whenever Colligan Aspirant becomes blocked by a creature, it deals 1 damage to that creature.
Limited, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's aggressive 2-1.
yeah, can trade up.
Can trade up,
Yeah.
We'll move on. Colligan Forerunners for 1 red and 2 for a human berserker. Power is star. Toughness is 3. It has trample. Colligan Frontrunner's powers is equal to the number of creatures you control. It also has dash for 1 red and 2.
Seen this being played at the pre-release by none other than this guy.
Yep.
And it was a 0/3.
Excellent.
That was
With trample.
I was about to say that.
With trample.
I was about to say completely different to what you were
Really?
saying.
Okay.
This was in my pre-release pool, and this was regularly at least a 3/3 for me. You must have seen it the one time it wasn't.
Yeah, I seen it pretty early when it was a 0/3. I was like, oh, that, because I actually pointed it out to you. You're like, good board, good board.
But yeah, for the most part, and it interacted well with a lot of other dash creatures, like the 1 and 2 mana. The other creatures that dash for 1 and 2 mana, you could have a turn where you've got 1 or 2 guys on the board, and you tap 4 or 5, dash this guy and your other dude, and you swing it roll damage.
I feel like this guy is very good on the dash, but sitting on the field kind of gives his ability away a little bit more, so they can play around it.
Yeah, it's a lot of surprise damage sometimes.
Colligan Stormsinger for 1 red. It's a 1/1 with haste. Megamorph for 1 red. When it's turned face up, target creature gains haste until end of turn.
It looks pretty sweet.
I had him played against me at the very least.
Yeah.
It was actually really annoying having a Raging Goblin hit me just off turn 1.
Emotionally
Just raging.
Emotionally just raging.
And he was a Raging Goblin as far as most of the time. If you can, I suppose if you get him later, you get a 2/2 haste.
Yeah, I don't think he's too bad actually. It's definitely better, one of the better one drops.
Yeah, I do like how you can play this card in a few different ways. You can play him just as an early aggressive Raging Goblin.
Yeah.
Or you can use it to give one of your bombs haste.
Yeah.
Eventually, it was just becoming annoying, and you just wanted to kill it just because you were taking that 1 damage. Granted, I was playing a relatively slower deck.
Yeah.
But Lightning Berserker for 1 red. It's a 1/1 again, Human Berserker. And for 1 red, Lightning Berserker, it's +1/+0 until end of turn. It has dash. So it's 1/1 with 5 red. With dash.
This was fine. Like, I played a reasonably aggressive deck on the pre-release, and this was a fine addition.
Yep.
The fact that you can just dash it and then pump it as needed.
It's probably
It was
a
pretty
sort
good.
of later game as well.
Yeah, the threat of the pump was real.
Yep. Lose Calm. For 1 red and 3 sorcery, gain control of target creature until end of turn. Untap that creature. It gains haste until end of turn and can't be blocked this turn except by 2 or more creatures. So it's your standard red steal a creature spell, steal a creature until end of turn. But it's got that additional can't be blocked.
This is a pretty good threat.
I love the artwork. You guys going hard. I'm just saying, I'm not actually taking too much of a look at that. I look at it like,
Looking at that guy and going, he's lost it.
Raging Goblin.
He looks like this.
Let's see.
Well, like the reason why you tend to play a lot of like Act of Treason and Threaten, that kind of card, is you're beating down in limited and you're stealing one of their guys to get rid of a blocker for a turn.
And getting it for more damage.
And you're getting it for more damage. And that's probably like the turn that's going to either win you the game or set you up to win later on. The fact that this gets rid of 2 blockers in a way makes it a bit better.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Magmatic Chasm for 1 red and 1 sorcery. Creatures without flying can't block this turn.
Yeah. This kind of card's always frustrating. It's just, it'll kill you every now and then.
Yep.
If people want to play it.
I don't particularly want to draft it though. I prefer to draft
It's
creatures.
good in the deck. It's good in the deck it wants to be in. Everywhere else is just rubbish.
Yeah, it's a bit worse in this set as well because there are a lot of extra flyers.
There's a lot of flyers. Yeah.
We saw a whole heap in blue. Like
Yeah.
every second creature was flying.
Yeah, exactly.
Quell Sisma Behemoth. I hope I pronounced that
You
correctly.
got it right.
I know I've stuffed a few up.
I think you hit that one.
1 red and 2 for a 5/5 Ogre Warrior. Quell Sisma Behemoth can't attack or block unless you pay 2. This was highlighted by LSB on Channel 5, and he thought it was pretty good.
I think it's pretty good too.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that. I've actually not seen this card. Yeah, I think this card's sweet.
Yeah, this card looks pretty good. Especially like.
Well, let's say you put it out turn 3. You've got a 5/5 turn 3. Yeah, can't block. Turn 4. You pay the 2, you drop land, pay the 2, you still got 2 extra mana there for a lightning strike or whatever, and you got a 5/5 coming at you.
This with Team of Battle Rage is pretty solid.
Yeah.
That's 10 double strike trample or 5 double strike trample, and that's not a small world. That's not a small world to.
Yeah, and I remember in draft and seal, you're not always going to curve out perfectly, so you're going to have the line floating around sometimes.
Can you see this being a 4 in constructed? In your
Red,
red
this will not see constructed.
No?
No.
Not top of the curve in your red aggro?
You can just not afford to be paying that.
Rending Volley For 1 red, instant rending volley can't be countered by spells or abilities, and it deals 4 damage to target white or blue creature.
Yeah, this is.
Doesn't kill Sea Drone.
Kills to 0, so.
Doesn't kill Sea Drone.
Doesn't it?
But-
Roast kills Siege Rhino. This kills
This
Deceiver
is-
Egg, so.
Yeah, this is a very strong tool against Leers.
For me, if I'm looking at a standard removal spell and it doesn't kill Sea Drone, I'm looking elsewhere at this point in time.
This thing, this card is fantastic.
It kills Butch.
It kills
Does kill Butcher.
kills
Yeah.
Wingmate Rock.
Yeah.
Kills heaps of good stuff. Kills Brimaz. It's actually a really good way of getting rid of Brimaz.
It is 1 red, I suppose.
Yeah.
Really cheap.
It's a surefire way to get rid of Monastery Mentor as well. It's like, because 2/2 you can't Wild Slash if it's, they stoke you and you get a 3/3.
Yep.
Yeah, this card's sick. It's really frustrating as a Mario player.
Definitely see it in sideboards, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Roast.
I guess
For 1 red and 1 sorcery deals 5 damage to target creature without flying.
This kills Siege Rhino.
This kills Sea Drone.
Yeah.
Will not kill Butcher of the Horde.
Doesn't kill Butcher though.
That's right.
No Wingmate Rock going here.
Still kills Monastery Mentor.
This card's been getting heaps of hype, and I think that it's deserved hype. Like this is going to have a place in standard.
Yep.
The fact that it only hits a ground creature means that, I think it's very, very slightly overrated, but only slightly.
Very, very slightly.
Yeah.
Yep. Just had to point it out. Sabertooth Outrider. 1 red and 3 for a 4/2 Trampler, Human Warrior. With Formidable, whenever it attacks, if you control power 8 or greater, it gains first strike until end of turn.
I've seen this thing doing work all day.
Oh yeah,
This thing did work all day.
Well, it's a 4/2 for 4,
Not
so
a- Yeah, it's not a.
it's not a small guy.
It's not an impossible dream to just get this guy out there on turn 4 and untap. Yeah, cool. 8.
Well,
You can't block
he gets
this
you
guy.
halfway to 8.
He's really good. I actually he doesn't look that good.
Hmm.
It was too toughness, but yeah, the ability to give these guys first strike. Very similar to the way this guy plays Wojciech Halberdiers from Ravnica.
yeah.
The 1 red, 1 white,
3.
3/2 with Battalion.
Yeah.
And that thing in limited, my god, because obviously that was it's probably about as aggressive as this. And you just couldn't block him, and this thing's very similar. This thing's got trample. So.
So, situation, you're drafting, right? You've already drafted one of him. You get past the second. Do you pick him? And you're in the red?
It's completely up to what's going on, but I don't think he's a.
I
I don't think he's a
In
bad
that
I think it's
formidable red
it's
deck.
worth considering the second copy because if you just have those two out, they've given each other first strike.
Yeah, well, he's going to trade pretty well as well.
And if you've got some way of, giving a double strike or fire breathing or something like that,
Yeah. No, I think
he's going to do it.
like I said, he didn't look that great, but all across the table, I've seen guys actually playing, and they just doing work.
Yeah. Sucker's Rage. 1 red and 4 for an instant. Deals 5 damage to target creature or player. If you control no dragons, it deals 2 damage to you.
He's got the volcanic dragon heads on his arm.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
is boss.
Something's
is-
pretty cool.
that
dude.
is-
It's like he's half turning into a dragon there.
Yeah.
His hands, yeah.
The volcanic dragon was a very real card.
That's actually a really cool picture.
I had not seen this card before I opened it in one of my packs.
Yep.
And I had to read it a couple times to check. Oh, this is a lava axe that hits creatures and players, and it's an instant.
It's like a lava.
And you might take 2
Arrow
damage.
storm.
And you might take 2 damage. Like I was playing this with 1 dragon in my deck.
Was it worth it?
Totally.
Yeah.
I finished off so many people with this spell. I didn't care about the 2 damage. Like,
Yeah.
that came up.
Getting that
I took
Sucker's
2 or
Rage,
3
game over.
times, but I never cared.
Yeah, you're playing this card, you generally don't care about too much better than that. Yeah, I think so.
Sarkin's Triumph. So he's very angry and he won. For 1 red and 2, he's an instant. Search your library for a dragon creature card, reveal it, put it into your hand, and shuffle your library.
You want 8 copies of Stormwrath Dragon? This guy
Here's
is
your chance.
very sweet.
Yeah. Red Commander Dragon deck. He's going to be all over it.
And-
I don't think this is
And
very
this-
good.
This is a decent limited card if your bomb is a dragon.
This is a good limited card, yes.
Yeah.
In that fringe where you open up your foil attacker and get past this kind of thing.
And you go, well, now I've got 2.
There you go. Yeah, well now I've got 2, and especially having access to like something like an Acid Spear Dragon with Death Touch and things, just being able to pick and choose as to what you want.
Yep.
But yeah, it's pretty fringe.
Scream Reach Brawler for 1 red and 2. It's a 2/3. Orc Berserker with dash for 1 red and 1. Solid.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
This was one of the best cards in my deck.
Yeah.
On Saturday.
Yeah.
Just the dash for 2 was so strong.
I was playing the black one that can't block, it flies.
Yeah, it's
Dash and casting cost was the same, and found that turn 2 I dash him into play, deal 2 damage. Turn 3 I just cast him.
Yep. I did similar things. Sometimes I dashed him on turn 2 and played like a different 3-drop, so I could dash him again on turn 4.
Yep.
But yeah, that was just a really good card.
Really solid. I like it. Seismic Rupture for 1 red and 2. Sorcery deals 2 damage to each creature without flying.
it's a good card.
There are a lot of 1 and 2 toughness dudes, and like there's a lot of face down 2/2s.
Yeah.
Pyroclasm was and is played in modern and was played in standard, and sure it costs 1 more, but this thing is very good.
And as I pointed out earlier, there's a lot of creatures that are like 4/2 toughness, and because they're pushing that formidable, they've lowered the toughness base,
Yep.
and this will wipe them out.
Well, once Anger of the Gods rotates out of Theros, this card
This might be the
will be the go-to.
unless something gets pretty.
Oh, of course. Unless
Yeah,
something
yeah.
better gets printed, this thing is fine for what you want.
Sprinting Warbrute for 1 red and 4. It's a 5/4 Ogre Berserker. Sprinting Warbrute attacks each turn if able, and it's got dash for 1 red and 3.
This was the other best card in my deck on Saturday, actually. This was so strong.
Yeah. 5/4 is big.
Yeah, especially when you can give it haste on turn 4.
He's
Yeah.
also going very hard. Yeah, I like this guy.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of the dash, but yeah, this guy looks good.
Yeah. I actually
Yeah.
found dash was really good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really liked it.
I've had a lot of good experiences with dash
Yeah.
since it's got printed.
Stormcrag Elemental for 1 red and 5. It's a 5/5 Trampler with Megamorph for 2 red and 4. It's a 5/5 for 6 with Trample. He could be a 6/6.
Or it's a 2/2 for 3 that later becomes a 6/6.
Yeah.
Is it a big spider? Looks like a huge spider elemental. I don't know. I'm not.
Some sort of
For me, it looks like he's got like ice coming off his head.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure how sold I am on this card.
I think if you need to fill out your curve at that 3-drop,
Yeah.
he's fine.
just like my take on this is just like in Dragons of Tarkir, how Morph just made a lot of unimpressive looking cards from so much.
Yeah,
damage.
I agree.
That's
with
probably going to have to be the same here. You're going to pick this over like some 6-drop that
Yeah.
doesn't have.
that. Yeah, like I'm not upset to have this guy,
Yeah.
but like I said, I'm not too sure about where I stand with him.
Stormwing Dragon for 1 red and 5. He's a 3/3 flying first strike with Megamorph for 2 red and 5. When he's turned face up, put a +1/+1 counter on each other dragon creature you control.
So we talked about the dragons and how we were unsure about whether they were good, great, terrible, what have you. What was your take on? Did you play a dragon?
I had-
one of
this
the
was-
Megamorphs.
This was the one dragon that I had, and I rarely even drew it. To be honest, like
okay, sure.
there was this one time where I did play it as a morph, and then I flipped it later on, and it was fine, but I was kind of losing that game to like 8,000 giant flyers.
Okay.
Because I was flooding out, so that wasn't really a good way to
Yep.
gauge how the card was. So I'm still undecided on them. I
Mm.
think they're better than they look, but
Okay.
I'm yet to come to a conclusion
I'm
because I haven't
Still
played.
the same boat. I didn't get to play one.
I played with Acid Spear Dragon.
That's the Death Touch one.
And it was very good it was very good Death Toucher, and it was.
Yeah, well, I reckon.
I think the Acid Spear Dragon is the best one.
Yeah, I reckon that's
So it was fine, but there was a lot of times where I was morphing it, and then I was just like, oh, I just don't want to unmorph this. Like I just can't get someone to unmorph this damn creature.
Yeah.
Or I just can't do it because I've got some combat trick. Because I was playing the MtG Grinders list, which you get to see if when I built the deck. But yeah, it was just like. It wasn't great, wasn't terrible, but it was awkward. Very awkward.
I just think at my 6 or 7 drop, I want to play something better than a 3/3.
It was, like I said, it was
The
fine.
fact that it's like the way I see it is that this is a 3-drop. Like I would put
Sort of my argument from the last card.
yeah, when I'm sorting like my limited pool, I'm going to put this in the 3-drop slot because I can play it on turn 3.
Yeah.
And it's a 3-drop that it's a 2/2 for 3, so it's not impressive, but in the late game it has value, and sometimes it will, sometimes it won't.
All right, Summit Prowler, 2 red and 2 for a 4/3.
This card was almost exactly the same in Dragons of Tarkir, except now there's dragons in the background.
Yeah, he's fun.
He's fine.
Yeah.
Tail Slash for 1 red and 2 instant. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature you don't control. It's a nice removal spell.
Yeah, it's pretty solid.
Yep. It's a decent removal spell.
You play it right, you're going to kill something of theirs and you'll do
Yeah, I had it played against me once when I was on camera and just killed the guy.
Yeah.
I didn't even know it existed, but yeah, it's fine.
Thunderbreak Regent for 2 red and 2 for a 4/4 flyer. Whenever a dragon you control becomes the target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, Thunderbreak Regent deals 3 damage to that player. For a start, he's a 4/4 for 4 with flying. You're not going to turn that down any day of the week.
No. I opened him in my pack 1.
Yep.
And I was pretty happy to see him. And also Tyler O'Halloran was on about this card. I think he said it was pretty sweet. And I think it is. I think it's pretty good. It's 4/4 fly.
He's a 4/4 flying 4 with an upside.
Not bad.
The fact that you're tapping out on turn 4 to play this guy, and if they deal with it somehow, you're still getting
lightning bolt.
Yeah.
That's and that's fine with me.
And you've taken a card out of their hand as well.
Yeah. This thing's amazing in limited. Like he is
Yeah,
so good in limited.
Tormenting Voice, 1 red and 1 sorcery as an additional cost to cast Tormenting Voice. Discard a card, you get to draw 2 cards. It's a reprint.
This was in Dragons of Tarkir. This is the other card to show the different timeline. And in Dragons of Tarkir, it was Ugin whispering in Sarkin's ear, and this time it's Nicol Bolas whispering in Ugin's ear.
What was his printing before that?
I don't remember. Maybe
Innistrad was his faithless looting and tormenting voice.
I think it might have been Innistrad, but
For sure. Anyway, the artwork looks terrible. I'm really upset.
I agree.
Yeah, the Dragons of Tarkir art's a bit better.
I think they both look pretty ordinary.
It has been played in standard at one point in time.
Yeah, the Mardu mid-range and Mardu controllers.
Yeah.
Early on to Dragons of Tarkir days was playing it, and it was good.
Yeah.
Filled the
and because of the new rotation schedule coming, it gives it a bit more life, I suppose.
Yeah,
it's a decent, efficient discard up.
Yeah. Which is good. And it's not bad when you want to splash and stuff as well in your limited decks, just as like a bit of help out.
Sure. Twin Bolt, 1 red and 1 instant. Twin Bolt deals 2 damage divided as you choose among 1 or 2 target creatures and or players. So it's a smaller Arc Lightning.
Yeah, it's fun.
You gonna play this or you gonna play Arc Lightning?
I'm gonna play Arc Lightning.
Yep.
I think Arc Lightning is a lot better than this. In the way that standard works right now. Goblin Rabble Master is the reason I'm gonna play this.
Yeah, because you want to do 2 in the 1.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then I want to attack them with my Goblin Rebel Master. But
this is a fine one.
This is a great limited card, absolutely.
Vandalize for 1 red and 4. Sorcery, choose 1 or both. Destroy target artifact. Destroy target land. It's never going to go to waste, but I'm never going to play it. I mean, he gets destroy target land, but I don't want Stone Rain for...
I'm trying to think if there's like an artifact that's worth bringing this out of your sideboard in like
The
draft.
4/4 to the dragons that make mana, the artifacts that make mana.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Maybe.
Because they turn into dragons, they can be
I
a
suppose.
threat.
Okay, so in theory,
you can in theory bring it in to destroy that, which is a mana rock, so basically land, and one of their lands.
If it had destroy target artifact, it deals 2 damage, and destroy target land.
So an extra.
I do not think that will make it any better.
No.
I think, if you've seen a guy playing like blue-black grindy control in limited, and he played one of those monuments and like a 7 or 8 drop bomb that we had, or even 6 drop.
But you're going to pick this up second last pick.
Oh, you're not going to pick
Yeah,
this. You're not going to ever want to pick
high.
this.
Yeah.
No. You're going to grab it if it's the last card.
When it's given to you.
Yeah. Volcanic Rush, 1 red and 4 for an instant. Attacking creatures get +2/+0 and gain trample until end of turn. It works in your aggressive red limited strength.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
This was decent in my deck. Like it did win a few games for me.
Yep.
Just go in and just you're irrelevant. You're dead.
Yeah, basically.
Well, I did see. I think was it Patrick Dickman, professional from France. I probably just butchered that. Over at the GP in Auckland for day 2.
Yep.
Pack 1, 3 Haven skirmishes. Pack 3, first picked a Trumpet Blast.
Yep.
So, I mean, if he's picked first pick a Trumpet Blast in draft and stuff, then maybe this card's good enough.
Volcanic Vision for 2 red and 5. It's a sorcery. Return target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. Volcanic Vision deals damage equal to that card's converted mana cost to each creature your opponent controls, and you exile Volcanic
This
Vision.
sounds disgusting in Commander.
Doesn't it?
What do you want to be bringing back with this? Come on.
Instant or sorcery card. I
Into
want
the infinite.
That's 11.
It's 11.
I can't think of the name of it. It's like the expensive Living Death, but you get all the creatures.
Well, there's Rise of the Dark Realms.
That's it.
Yeah. That's 9.
9.
I've got 9.
I'm happy with 9.
I've never played.
It's going to kill most creatures, 9. And then I get to cast Rise of the Dark Realms and get them all.
You could get like an ultimatum back or something like
Yeah,
that.
that's pretty sweet. Yeah, okay.
That's good value.
Blasphemous Act, 13.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Well,
Lord again after that.
that's 9. It's a
Is that 9? Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, deals 13.
Yeah.
Sure. Damn.
But that's still.
I thought I had
We're not picking this in limited. We're not picking it.
If you really
I'm
want
gonna
to
move
go
on.
real deep,
It's pretty
you
bad.
go
Okay,
real
moving
deep.
on.
Yeah. Warbringer, 1 red and 3 for a 3/3 Orc Berserker. Dash costs. You pay cost 2 less, and it's got dash for 1 red and 2. So a lot of the dash costs are 2 and something. So it makes dash
Red.
relatively really cheap.
Yeah.
So if you're doing that with your red black deck,
But yeah, this is a fine inclusion in like that aggressive
Playing
deck
as
is limited.
Playing him as a hill giant and then just dashing in a bunch of his recklessness and stuff.
Or you could have that turn where you dash him in for 3 and then use your other 3 lands to dash 3 more dudes.
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
When you're already dead or behind because it's turn 6 and you're playing crappy dash dudes.
Zergo Bell Striker. He's fallen a long way from being a Khan. For 1 red and
Now,
one
now,
red.
now he's a really efficient creature.
Yeah, now he's actually fantastic. 1 red, he's a 2/2. Zergo Bell Striker can't block creatures with power 2 or greater. He's got dash as well for 1 red and 1.
What is he riding? Is he riding a mammoth kind of thing, like a little horse?
He's not riding anything.
Maybe isn't it?
Standing
Literally, yeah, no, but like, what's the animal that's attached to his bell?
Some sort of like.
He's not riding that.
He's not
He's
riding
riding the bell that
That's
He's
does
the
gonna
the
bell
ride
ride.
that around. Like he's gonna parade around, banging that thing.
He's probably not a. He probably has to walk with it or something like that.
Oh, I don't care.
Dragon Lord didn't like him. He turned him into a Bell Striker.
It's
What's your role now? Your role is ring this bell. Ring the bell. That's all you're going to do.
He never got to be that high ranked because he grew up in a world with dragons.
Yeah.
Channel Fireball, Raptor, and who's the other guy? Cheon said that this guy was the 3rd best standard pick.
I think he's really good. The fact that, you know,
Did I say
he's,
fourth or third?
No, he was third.
Okay, I thought Narset was second. That's right. Yeah.
I mean, he's a 2/2 for 1 red. That's not bad on first
He's
turn.
fine. He's fine. He's gonna haunt people's memories.
Yeah.
Playing aggressive guys and attack them with aggressive guys, and
He's good because he's an aggressive creature that is decent if you draw him late as well. Because you can just dash him.
yeah, you get that extra value.
Yeah, I like him. He's going to see constructed as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As for limited, I don't know how much I like him. I mean, this isn't my kind of
Yeah.
cards, so
So what do you think of red altogether? That's our last red card.
I think it's the weakest of what we spoiled so far.
Yep.
That's my
In
opinion.
for constructed. Or for limited as
Oh,
well.
for limited, sorry.
Yep.
Constructed wise, the 4/4 dragon definitely stands out.
Yep.
Roast, Branding Volley, Bell Striker.
There are a lot of interesting cards.
Yeah, I think red could be quite very good to dabble with.
Yeah. Is there anything in there that spawns a new archetype in constructed?
What kind of direction? Let me just.
God, that brings us to the end of Red MTG Grinders. We'll be back with Green very shortly. Click on the next link.